Have you ever thought about how the internet works between continents? I'm guessing you don't know. 95% of the internet goes through underwater cables that lie at a depth of up to 5 miles. They're armored better than Swiss safes, so 1 mile of such a cable weighs 2,000 pounds. Despite this, just in the Atlantic Ocean alone, there are more than 50 cable breaks every year, often due to thieves stealing cable to make money off the metal. In 2013, criminals cut out part of a cable in the Mediterranean. And because of this, internet speed in Egypt dropped by 60%, and it cost the country $64 million. The location of all the cables is publicly available, so who knows what could happen? Someone could decide to deprive the entire planet of internet.
Gob, I got a match on Tinder!
With a girl? A real one? No way, who is she?
A Teresiant.
Ha!
What?
That explains it. They don't have eyes. Hold on to her stunt.
Did you know that back in 2011, the UN recognized access to the internet as a basic human right, right alongside the right to life and freedom? No one would dare to take this right away from you. But if someone did want to get rid of the internet, what would be the easiest way to do it? Destroy the DNS servers. A DNS server is kind of like a map for IP addresses. There are 13 main servers around the world and another 1,758 backup copies. If all of them were physically destroyed simultaneously, the internet wouldn't disappear. But users would have to manually enter IP addresses for every site. That would be seriously time-consuming. So try to remember Google's IP address. It just might come in handy someday.
Hey, Snot, do you know what people are saying about us on the internet?
What?
Nothing. We need to fix that. So don't forget to leave comments. For example, you can write that Snot's ugly.
Have you ever thought about how to shut down the internet for the entire planet? Yes, it is possible. The electric wires and semiconductors on which the internet runs are vulnerable to powerful electric currents. A nuclear explosion creates an electromagnetic pulse that zaps everything electronic in its path. Dozens of nuclear explosions would be needed to disable the Earth's entire internet. But the bombs don't necessarily need to explode on Earth. In 1859, there was a solar superstorm. It was a geomagnetic storm caused by explosions on the sun, and it destroyed 62,000 miles of telegraph lines, leaving Europe and North America without communications. Such an event occurs once every 500 years, so prepare for an internet outage in 2359.
Just imagine. People pour tons of money into developing nuclear weapons, but they still have problems with sewage.
Well, it's logical if you're wetting yourself every day because of the nuclear winter.
Did you know that a nuclear bomb and a volcano could stop global warming? In 1815, the Tambora volcano emitted tens of millions of tons of ash and gases into the atmosphere, forming a volcanic fog, the key component of which is sulfur dioxide, creating a light-reflecting shield around the planet. This shield led to a decrease in average temperature of somewhere between 2 to 8 degrees Fahrenheit. Hey, we could wake up Yellowstone. The magma volume of this supervolcano exceeds the volume of water in Lake Michigan, and a bomb dropped to a depth of 10 kilometers could release billions of tons of magma, causing catastrophic destruction. But the average temperature of the planet in some places will drop to just 12 degrees. This will solve the problem of global warming, but at the cost of several million lives.
I think launching a nuke at someone must be really fun. Though, there'd be lots of complaints.
Yeah. In that way, a nuke's kind of like a fart.
Good thing we're in spacesuits, Snot.
You'd be surprised, but it's possible to mitigate global warming by painting clouds. But hold off on grabbing that spray paint can. Clouds are composed of water droplets. The more droplets, the more light they reflect. The more light reflected, the less heat absorbed by the Earth. Geoengineers propose dispersing salt particles into the air from helicopters. They act as magnets for water droplets. When water condenses around these particles, new droplets form, making clouds brighter. The volume of clouds in the atmosphere is approximately 15 trillion cubic meters. To reduce the temperature by 1 degree, 1 gram of salt per cubic meter is needed. That means we'd need 15 billion tons of salt. Yet, the annual global salt production is only 300 million tons. So, start stockpiling salt now before the geoengineers snatch it away.
Painting the planet? Ugh, people are stupid. You could just blow up the sun.
Snot, you're an idiot. You can't blow up the sun. It's better to just buy a giant fan to cool down the planet.
You're so smart, Gub.
You will be shocked, but humanity consumes 350 million tons of meat per year. This is comparable to the weight of 1,000 Empire State Buildings. Despite the fact that pigs and poultry make up the majority of consumed meat, 72 million tons of beef also look impressive. To provide the entire planet with beef every day, 456,000 cows are turned into ground beef. That's 19,000 cows every hour, or just 5 cows per second. And yes, while you're watching this, humanity has eaten 300 cows.
Ugh, I'm getting hungry. How about you? Want to grab a burger?
That's sacrilege! I won't eat anything that has a consciousness.
Don't worry. Cow was already unconscious when they cooked it.
Great, I'll take 2 then.
What do you think is more painful, childbirth or a blow to the groin? Nociceptors. There's so much pain in that word. They are the ones transmitting information about pain to the central nervous system. For example, if the brain doesn't contain nociceptors and doesn't feel pain to the extent that surgeries can be performed without anesthesia. However, the testicles and the uterus are literally loaded with nociceptors. Comparing the duration of pain, organ damage, and mortality, childbirth may seem more dangerous, but not necessarily more painful. Pain is a subjective sensation, dependent on numerous factors, and objectively evaluating it is impossible. Both childbirth and a blow to the groin are very painful. It would be fair to declare a draw. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments.
Gamma Place 4434 says that getting hit in the groin hurts more. After all, there are mothers with many kids, but no man after getting hit down there says, "Hit me again." What do you think about that?
By the way, have you seen my hostess?
Have you ever thought about how we fall in love? Numerous factors influence the choice of a partner, but one of the key factors is scent. In every cell of your body, there are various proteins of major histocompatibility complex, or simply MHC. This is a family of genes inherited from parents. The more diverse MHC proteins a person has collected, the stronger their immune system will be. Scientists have found that women, by the scent of sweat, tend to choose a partner with MHC different from their own, and the scent of sweat with a similar MHC seems repulsive to them. Do you understand, Arnold? Women, based on one scent, can determine with whom they would have better offspring. It seems like you'd better take a shower.
Snot! If this info's true, then your dad must have smelled awful.
I don't have a dad. My mom ate him.
Oh, so that explains the smell from her mouth.